Well, we are less than 24 hours away from polls opening in Maryland, marking the beginning of the 2014 gubernatorial primary election. Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, June 23rd. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, the clock has ticked, time is up, and early voting, as you know, is over. Tomorrow is the first and only day that voters who didn't cast their ballots early can cast their votes in the primary election. More than 200 polling places will be set up around Prince George's County, and voters will have until 8 p.m. to cast their votes.
Tomorrow, the polls will open at 7 a.m. We close at 8 p.m. Voters should know, if you can, come out during our non-peak hours, which is between 11 and 4 p.m. We expect to be, of course, with the morning rush and then the afternoon rush after work hours.
Well, to find out where polling places are, visit princegeorgescountymd.gov.
Meantime, gubernatorial candidate Doug Gansler was out on the campaign trail today in Montgomery County, while his Democratic running mate Jolene Ivey spent the day in Prince George's. Ivey joined State Senator Victor Ramirez and County Council candidate Denny Tavares at Chillum Oaks Adventist apartment in Hyattsville. The three made their appeal to residents, urging them to go to the polls on Tuesday. Ivey, whose father lived with her family for several years before he passed, says she is especially sensitive to senior issues.
This particular group of seniors really cares about transportation and being independent, and I understand that so much. You know, my dad lived with us the last 5.5 years of his life. He died at age 93. And he was always looking for a way to be able to get around without me. And frankly, we had to give up. Metro access did not work for him, which was very unfortunate. He certainly couldn't drive anymore. And I know that's something they're talking about here.
They take too long to come to pick you up, and you have to wait too long. I've waited 3 hours for them to come back to pick me up.
Ivey, Ramirez, and Tavares says they will be out at various local polling sites tomorrow, talking to Marylanders in a final attempt to sway voters before they cast their votes. Meanwhile, the rival team of Anthony Brown and Ken Ullman crisscrossed Maryland today as part of their statewide tour, starting in New Carrollton this morning to greet Metro riders. The campaign also made stops in Baltimore and Towson. This afternoon, the lieutenant governor paid a visit to a Prince George's campaign office in Mitchellville to rally volunteers, supporters, and staff who will be working through the election day to get out the vote.
This morning I was out at a Metro. More people's hands who I was shaking was saying, yep, I'm voting tomorrow. So people, the awareness that there's an election is much greater today, obviously, than last week and the week before that. So we're going to get a good turnout. We're going to turn out our voters. And so I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Brown and Attorney General Doug Gansler also faced Delegate Heather Mazier in the Democratic primary for governor.
And police are looking for a missing preteen in our area. 12-year-old Maya Farrar was last seen in Fort Washington in the 29,000 block of Mills Crossing Drive at around 8 p.m. Saturday. She's 5 feet tall, weighs 115 pounds. The girl was last seen wearing dark blue jeans and a light blue and white top. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact police. And Prince George's police say an officer shot and wounded a man wielding a butcher knife in Bladensburg early this morning. It happened in the 5400 block of Annapolis Road just after midnight when officers were responding to an unrelated domestic dispute. That's when they say this man, identified as 22-year-old Ivanilov Fumukong, approached officers. Investigators say he was speaking incoherently. Police shocked him with a stun gun, but it had no effect. Another officer then shot him in the leg. Fumukong was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The officer was put on routine administrative leave. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Gina Barty. Coming